What is good, IE Sports Radio fans? What is going on? It's your boy, the SoCal Saint, back at it again with this special Thursday edition of the IE Sports Radio Premier Professional Wrestling Podcast. It is the IE Wrestling Show, your direct feed for all that is professional wrestling on the only network that is your direct feed for all that is sports, IE Sports Radio. Brought to you once again by our awesome sponsor. That is, of course, Planet Jerky, 100% beef brisket beef jerky. Go to planetjerky.net right now and order yourself some delicious 100% homemade beef brisket beef jerky. No MSG, low in sodium, high in protein, low in sugar. It is delicious. I've tried it myself. It is delicious. The barbecue flavor is so good, it just melts in your mouth. And the jalapeno flavor, man, it's just got that nice little kick, that little aftertaste kick to it. It's very, very good. Check it out, guys. Please do yourself a favor and go to planetjerky.net and order yourself some delicious Planet Jerky, 100% beef brisket beef jerky. Planet Jerky, this jerky is on a whole other planet. Ooh, yeah! And today, we got a whole lot going on the IE Sports Radio airwaves. I am the first of 4 shows today. If you're tuning in live, thank you kindly. If you're tuning in live on the Spreaker. If you're tuning in live, please do yourself a favor and hit up the chat room and interact with me while I'm here live on the show. Say what's up. Talk about, let's engage with some wrestling talk, guys, because this is the biggest season for professional wrestling right now. We are in the midst of WrestleMania season, and it is just at its all-time peak. A lot has been going on in the world of professional wrestling, not just in the world of the WWE, but elsewhere as well. Speaking of WWE, tomorrow night, live in Dallas, Texas, at the home of the Dallas Mavericks and the Dallas Stars, it will be Friday Night SmackDown, where myself and my padre, Senior SoCal Saint, will be sitting live in attendance for Friday Night SmackDown, where the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, the World Heavyweight Champion Seth freaking Rollins, will answer the challenge from the Bloodline, the Tribal Chief, the undisputed WWE Champion Roman Reigns, and The Rock will be live in attendance, where last week Rock made the challenge for WrestleMania Night 1, a tag team match. The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins, where the winning team, gets certain stipulations for the second night of WrestleMania. If Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins can defeat The Rock and Roman Reigns, then the Bloodline will be banned from ringside, banned from interfering in the title match between Reigns and Cody Rhodes. But if The Rock and Roman Reigns defeat Seth freaking Rollins and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania Night 1, then the title match between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns will be contested under Bloodline rules match. That is the stipulation, guys. And so, anyway, do yourself a favor, and if you're not already, please follow me at IE Wrestling Show. That's at IE Wrestling Show. Please follow me at IE Wrestling Show on the X. Follow IE Sports Radio at IE Sports Radio on the X. Check out our website at iesportsradio.com. You can join for free. And you can also interact with the hosts of the shows. You can check out old episodes if you're just now becoming a fan of IE Sports Radio and want to check out our back catalog. Do that. All the links to our shows are on our website. They even have little mini bios for each of our hosts on the show. On the website. And if you want to throw some shekels our way because you love what we do here at IE Sports Radio, please check out our merch store and buy yourself a hat, a shirt, and show your pride and express your love for IE Sports Radio in the form of a t-shirt or a cool hat. And today, after my show, guys, we got coming up 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Pacific. It's going to be New York State of Sports with Ricky K. Then later on in the evening, we got at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the Magic City Scoreboard with JB. And then lastly, we finish off this awesome Thursday evening with the Extra Mile with Daryl and Christopher, coming to you live at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is a jam-packed little Thursday. Guys, I cannot wait. You can tell in my voice I am super excited because SmackDown is just 24 hours away. I cannot wait. Myself and Padre SoCal Saint will be in attendance at SmackDown. I am so damn excited. Oh, I'm so pumped. Yo, shout out to Larry B, the head honcho of Vice Sports Radio, in the chat room. Without this man, none of this would be possible. So shout out to Larry B in the chat room. What's good, man? How you doing? We're going to get into some wrestling news right now, guys. We got a lot of news to cover. So, the location for the 2024 SummerSlam, WWE SummerSlam, it is the biggest party of the summer, one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year, every year for the WWE. According to Fightful Select's Sean Ross Sapp, WWE's interest in hosting SummerSlam 2024 has been tapped for Cleveland, Ohio. Additionally, it has been revealed that WWE is on the verge of finalizing a deal to bring SummerSlam to the Cleveland Browns Stadium, while the exact date is still under wraps. Rumors suggest that the event will take place on Saturday, August 3rd. However, fans can expect an official announcement from WWE regarding the event details in April. Excuse me. Here's an updated list of all the upcoming pay-per-views, premium live events for the remainder of 2024, or at least the first half of it anyway. Of course, April 2nd and April 7th. I'm getting ahead of myself. Saturday, April 6th will be NXT Stand and Deliver. Their premium live event on the eve of WrestleMania Night 1 will take place live from the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And then later on in the day, you have WrestleMania Night 1 emanating from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. And then the very next night, Sunday, April 7th, is WWE WrestleMania 40, Lincoln Financial Field once again. Saturday, May 4th, WWE Backlash will come to you live from the LDLC Arena in Lyon de Senes, France. Yes, WWE is going to go Francais in May. And then on Sunday, May 26th, it will be NXT Battleground emanating from the Market Arena in Savannah, Georgia. And then you got Saturday, July 6th, 2024, the WWE Money in the Bank from Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And then Sunday, July 7th, the night after, will emanate also from the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It will be NXT Heatwave. And then Saturday, August 31st, will be WWE's Bash in Berlin, the Mercedes-Benz Arena in Berlin, Germany. That's right, guys. That is the updated list. SummerSlam, I'm sure, will be added and announced here soon to that list of upcoming premium live events from the WWE. Here we go. Moving on. I got my notes here. So, AEW this past weekend, and more on AEW here shortly. AEW, during the AEW Revolution pay-per-view event this past weekend, AEW announced a brand new pay-per-view that is set for April 21st. It'll be AEW Dynasty, coming to you live Sunday, April 21st, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live on pay-per-view. No tickets have been announced. Ticket sales have not been announced yet, or a location I don't think has been announced yet either. Once I figure that out, I will let you guys know. More AEW news here. Former member of the Jericho Appreciation Society, not the Jericho Appreciation Society, former member of the Inner Circle, one of the first factions in AEW, and former one half of the tag team known as Pride and Powerful. In TNA, they were the second version of LAX. Mike Santana has now officially been released from his AEW contract. He is no longer a part of the AEW roster. He was quietly removed from the AEW roster page on the AEW official website. Mike Santana right now is currently the House of Glory heavyweight champion on the independent scene, and he is no longer under contract to AEW, no longer under contract to any national wrestling company at the moment. So I wonder if any of the big name companies will try to obtain his services. New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA, or even WWE. We shall see. But right now, Mike Santana is a free agent and currently the House of Glory heavyweight champion. AEW has suspended Sammy Guevara, and there is no timetable for his return. Apparently, Sammy Guevara was reportedly suspended by AEW following his match with Jeff Hardy on Rampage from a few weeks ago. Jeff sustained a massive concussion in that match. If any of you saw it, if you haven't, it's really kind of hard to watch. Sammy Guevara basically goes up for a shooting star press. For those who don't know what a shooting star press is, it is basically a backflip from the top rope into the ring onto your opponent. And it's basically like a reverse moonsault because you're flipping forwards instead of backwards like a moonsault would be. Sammy Guevara performed this move and landed knee first right into Jeff's head, knocking him clean out. And apparently the reason for his suspension is not because of the concussion itself, because accidents happen. It's what he did following that unfortunate accident that took place in that match. Was he was told by the referee apparently and the doctors that were at ringside to just pin Jeff and just finish the match. He disobeyed or just ignored that command, picked up a very concussed Jeff Hardy and went ahead and hit his finisher, the GTH, the go to hell as he calls it, and then pinned Jeff afterwards. So he felt that it was necessary that not only did I just concuss this guy, it was a total accident, but I gotta get my move in. I just have to get my move in. I can't win this match without my finisher. How would that look? How would it make me look? Very fucking selfish, very irresponsible, just very, very stupid. And of course, this comes from the company that its owner, Tony Khan, touts as the safest place for wrestlers in the industry. What a load of bullshit. Especially with that action. If you can't keep your talent under control from doing stupid things like that, then it is not, in fact, the safest place for wrestlers in the industry today. Not even close. And that is why Sammy Guevara was suspended, and there is no timetable for his return. He should definitely be suspended. Hopefully, he shouldn't even be paid while he's out because of this. That is number one, the worst thing you can do in professional wrestling when you do not take care of your opponent. You're two guys, two gals, whoever, going into a ring. You're trusting each other with your bodies, with each other's bodies. You want to go into the ring and leave the same way you got into it. Accidents happen. Trust me, I know. I've seen many of them myself. Accidents happen. It's not always going to be 100% pristine, perfect. But after an accident happens and you don't do the right thing and just end the match so that your opponent who is hurt can get the medical treatment that he is desperately needing, but instead you have to get your finishing move in and you disobey or just ignore a command from the referee to just get the match over with so Jeff can get looked at, so you want to hit your finisher, that is selfish, irresponsible, and a guy like that doesn't belong in a professional wrestling ring. Period. And that's my 2 cents on that. Shout out to Ralph Calise and Taryn Rodriguez in the chat room. What's good, gentlemen? I'm glad you guys are here. Yes, I see Ralph commented. Yeah, he saw what I was talking about. Yeah, man, it was really hard to watch. And shout out to Taryn. Oh, that's funny. He said, last night I went to a restaurant and there were 2 guys talking WWE and I first thought of you. That's funny. I was at work today. When I was leaving work, I was talking to my supervisor and we were chatting about old school wrestling. We were talking about old 80s wrestlers. We were talking about the Von Erichs, Bruce Brody, Ric Flair, Andre the Giant. I mean, it's so random whenever you come across another wrestling fan. You just never really know because we come in all shapes and sizes, everyone. Anyway, we'll get to some more AEW news here shortly because I know the big story, of course, is the retirement of the legend, the icon, Sting. And I definitely want to take time to talk about that here shortly. So in his appearance on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, people are now speculating, going through their mind like, ooh, John Cena was on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon recently, promoting his new film, which actually dropped today on Amazon Prime. So if you're an Prime Video subscriber for Amazon, you can watch John Cena's new raunchy rated R comedic film, Ricky Stenicki, also starring Iron Claw star Zac Efron and member of the Bad Friends podcast, Andrew Santino. It looks hilarious. I saw the trailer. It looks really funny. I can't wait to watch it. But while he was promoting that new movie, Ricky Stenicki, on The Tonight Show, John Cena made it known that he's free. He has confirmed that he is free to be at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia next month. He didn't say exactly when. He didn't say if he was free for both days or if he was only free for one. But John Cena did say that he is free to appear at WrestleMania. Does that mean John Cena's going to have a match at WrestleMania? I don't know. Does it mean that John Cena's just going to pop up for a little skit at WrestleMania? Possibly a run-in? Who knows? But there may be something cooking there. John Cena is open to is available to show up at WrestleMania, and WWE would be definitely stupid not to take advantage of that and not have one of the greatest of all time not show up at WrestleMania, the biggest show of the year. Congratulations to the WWE as they have finally reached a YouTube milestone. WWE has reached 100 million subscribers on YouTube. They are currently the 10th most subscribed YouTube channel. It goes like this: 10, WWE, Z Music Company, PewDiePie, Vlad and Nikki, Like Nastya, Kids, Diana Show, SET India, Coco Melon, Mr. Beast, and T-Series at number 1. So WWE is now in the top 10 of most subscribed YouTube channels. That's crazy. Congratulations to the WWE on that milestone. Is there no other milestones that WWE can match? I just don't know. Speaking of the WWE, especially its parent company TKO, the executive president of TKO and of Endeavor, its parent company, Mark Shapiro, stated in an interview with Deadline that Vince McMahon is not coming back to the company. We're not in conversations with McMahon. We don't know his motives, his plans, or his timeline. He doesn't work for the company, doesn't come into the office, and he's not coming back to the company, and that's where we sit. It's great to hear that they're just being vocal. Hopefully that them being so vocal in public, in the media, is actually what's happening. Because I know, you never know with these type of companies. You never know if they're just saying that to save face and Vince is still kind of like in the background just scheming. But I highly doubt that, especially with the stigma. He's just persona non grata right now. Same with Brock Lesnar. As a matter of fact, my lovely wife April, I love you, honey, if you ever hear this episode. My lovely wife April surprised me by getting me the new WWE 2K24 Icon edition for my PS4. And in this, during the WrestleMania showcase mode and some of the other, little cutscenes that they have woven throughout the WrestleMania showcase mode, that anything pertaining to Vince McMahon, his face is completely blurred out whenever he is shown on screen. And Brock Lesnar is not a playable character in the video game. You can only use him during the showcase mode, but any other modes, Brock Lesnar is completely absent from the video game whatsoever. Got some indie wrestling news here for you guys. So it was just announced, World Classic Professional Big Time Wrestling, a big indie on the East Coast of the United States, has announced a Dream Match main event that will take place Saturday, March 9th, this coming weekend, at the OUC Shoemaker Center in Chillicothe, Ohio. Fan Fest starts at noon to 5 p.m. The Super Show starts at 7. It will be one-on-one. The show is going to be called The Reunion 3, The Cavalcade of Legends, and it will be former ECW World Television Champion, the whole fucking show, Rob Van Dam, going one-on-one with the King of Bros and the current NJPW World Television Champion, Matt Riddle. A dream match for sure. And somebody commented that this match should have taken place on 420, and I have to agree, just because, if you know, you know. But yes, a dream match. Rob Van Dam going one-on-one with Matt Riddle, taking place this coming Saturday at the Reunion 3 Cavalcade of Legends, Saturday, March 9th. I believe tickets are still available. Just look up Big Time Wrestling on Google, and you should be able to find that match. That event. This is a little non-wrestling news, but I talked about this a couple weeks back whenever I heard the rumor, but it is now official. And it's going to be live on Netflix, of all places. Live on Netflix, Saturday, July 20th, in my backyard at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It will be a I don't even know why he's not in the Hall of Fame. I don't even believe he is. If he is, then I'm mistaken, and somebody in the chat room or somebody that listens to the show correct me at a later time. But if he's not, he should be a future WWE Hall of Famer for his contributions to the Attitude Era of the WWE. Iron Mike Tyson, the baddest man on the planet, will go one-on-one with the brother of WWE's current United States champion Logan Paul, Jake Paul. That's right, the rumor that I talked about a couple weeks back is actually true. Jake Paul will go one-on-one with Mike Tyson at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, live on Netflix, Saturday, July 20th. That is crazy. I don't even know. I can't even imagine what tickets are going for that event. And the craziest thing is I didn't even think it was going to happen in my backyard at the Cowboy Stadium, no less. So that's going to be a big event here in the DFW area. That's definitely going to bring a lot of eyes to the DFW area once again, and a lot of revenue for sure. Big card next week announced for the next Monday night on Raw. We're going to have one-on-one. Becky Lynch goes one-on-one with Liv Morgan. The WWE Women's Tag Team Championship will take place. Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark defeated Katana Chance and Kaden Carter to earn this opportunity to take on the Kabuki Warriors, members of Damage Control, Asuka and Kairi Sane. And one of the biggest matches that was announced for this coming Monday Night on Raw will be a gauntlet match. The winner faces Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. The participants have been announced as follow: Ricochet from Alpha Academy, Chad Gable, Sami Zayn, Big Bronson Reed, Shinsuke Nakamura, and member of the Judgment Day, J.D. McDonough. I don't know about you guys, but man, this is really tough, because I would love to see Sami Zayn get a big opportunity to shine in a one-on-one setting at a WrestleMania. But then again, I really would love to also see Chad Gable get another opportunity to take on Gunther and possibly win the Intercontinental Championship on the grandest stage of them all. Chad Gable is one of the most underrated talents in professional wrestling today. He's so damn good. I want to say this, and I mean this with total respect to the legend himself and current Hall of Famer, Kurt Angle, but I feel like Chad Gable could potentially be the second coming of the Olympic gold medalist if given the right opportunity to shine and the correct push. I'm not saying that Chad has to act like Kurt, but that intensity, that raw emotion, and that pure talent is there. And I really think Chad Gable, if given the proper opportunity to showcase those skills and showcase that talent, I think WWE has a potential star in the making. That could be a star-making moment for Chad Gable if he's given that opportunity at WrestleMania. But tune in to Monday Night on Raw next Monday night on USA to find out who is going to WrestleMania to face Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. Before we get to WrestleMania, though, we have to honor the talents of yesteryear and legends and superstars that paved the way for today's superstars. I was starting to think to myself, are they even going to have a Hall of Fame? Because it's getting pretty close to WrestleMania, and we haven't even heard of any Hall of Famers announced for the event. And we got 2 already. And this is not going to be the end. They're going to announce some more. I don't know how many are going to be inducted this year. I would say I could see about maybe 5 to 6 names in total. Currently, we only have 2 names that have been announced so far. This name was just announced yesterday. She is a huge star in the world of professional wrestling in Japan, women's professional wrestling in Japan. She was a big star in Stardom, and she's even a former WWF at the time women's champion, having great legendary bouts with current WWE Hall of Famer Alundra Blaze, aka Medusa. Bull Nakano has been named as one of the WWE inductees for the class of 2024 Hall of Fame. So congratulations to Bull Nakano for this awesome show of respect and this awesome just celebration of her career. And then definitely, if he's not the headliner, he's definitely one of the co-headliners, because there is a rumor going around that for Bray Wyatt to be named as a Hall of Fame inductee this year, which I say is well deserved, even though his career was very short. I believe the amount of talent that man had, and just the sheer memories he's left etched on the brains of his peers and fans of his, definitely warrants a Hall of Fame induction. That's my opinion. But this man was the very first inductee named for the class of 2024 WWE Hall of Fame. He is the wise man, the purveyor of extreme. The man, the myth, the legend. What better way than to celebrate this man's career, especially in the city of brotherly love, the city that he and the ECW put on the map. I am talking about, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Heyman. That's right, Paul Heyman, the wise man to the tribal chief Roman Reigns. He was the advocate for Brock Lesnar and the manager of one CM Punk. He was the owner and operator of Extreme Championship Wrestling during the height of the Monday Night Wars. He was the leader of the Dangerous Alliance back in the early 90s with WCW, where he introduced us to a future star in the making, stunning Steve Austin. Paul Heyman is going into the Hall of Fame, and damn it, that is well deserved. Congratulations to Bull Nakano, and congratulations to the wise man himself, Paul Heyman. Well deserved for both inductees. I cannot wait to hear that Hall of Fame speech from Paul Heyman. We're going to take a short little break, guys, and when we come back, we're going to give the legend his due. We're going to talk about AEW Revolution and Sting's last match. Stay tuned, guys.
What's up, New York? This is Ricky K coming at you at the NY State of Sports, a new show here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Listen to me every Thursday afternoon as we bring you the latest takes on the Yankees, Mets, Jets, Giants, Knicks, Nets, Rangers, Devils, and Islanders. Plus, you get some college hoops and what's the local sports events going on in the area. It's a state that never sleeps, so why not get the opinions and sports takes that never sleep? Again, every Thursday, 2 p.m. to the NY State of Sports. We'll see you then.
Welcome back, fans. If you're just now tuning in to the IE Wrestling Show, we talked about the inductees to the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2024, Bull Nakano and the wise man Paul Heyman. Some WWE news about where SummerSlam 2024 will be held, possibly the Cleveland Browns Stadium, and a dream match between Matt Riddle and Rob Van Dam taking place in Ohio this coming weekend for Big Time Wrestling, a big indie fed here in the United States. And that drop you just heard before coming back to the show, guys, was from the next show up on the docket here on this awesome Thursday for IE Sports Radio. That was, of course, New York State of Sports with Ricky K, coming to you live at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stay tuned, guys. Later in the evening, you're going to have the Magic City Scoreboard with JB at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 Eastern. And then closing out the night with the Extra Mile with Daryl and Christopher, 5 p.m. Pacific at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, this past weekend, guys, at the Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina, it was AEW's first pay-per-view held in North Carolina, and this was the final match in the nearly 40-year-long career of the icon, the man formerly known as the franchise of WCW, Sting. Sting, known as, in real life as Steve Borden. It was very apropos that this final match took place in Greensboro, at the Greensboro Coliseum. This was also the site, the very same venue, where Sting had his star-making match at Clash of Champions for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship with the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, in March of 1988. That match is widely regarded as the match that established Sting as the next top star in professional wrestling. And these were the matches that took place on the event. And I'll take time to talk about Sting's match here once we get over the results of the other matches. On the pre-show, we had a 12-man tag team match, the Bang Bang Scissor Gang. Yep, that's the name of a group, guys. That's real. Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, Billy Gunn, Austin Gunn, Colton Gunn, and Jay White defeated Jeff Jarrett, Satnam Singh, Jay Lethal, Willie Mack, and Private Party, Isaiah Cassidy, and Mark Kwan, with Sanjay Dutt and Karen Jarrett in their corners by pinfall. Then we had a tag team match on the pre-show. Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale defeated Julia Hart, and Sky Blue. Then we got straight to the pay-per-view. So Tony Khan was able to keep it under control with only 2 pre-show matches for a change. A singles match for the AEW TNT Championship. Christian Cage defended successfully his AEW TNT Championship against Daniel Garcia. And then we had a one-on-one match for the Continental Crown Championship. which of course is the AEW Continental Championship, the Ring of Honor World Championship, and the NJPW Strong Openweight Championship, with the stipulation being if Bryan Danielson lost this match, he had to shake the hand of Eddie Kingston. And what do you know? Eddie Kingston retained the title, defeated Bryan Danielson by pinfall, and Bryan Danielson shaked Eddie Kingston's hand. I saw the closing moments of this match, and I don't know what it is about. I really hate to be such a nitpicky wrestling fan, and wrestling is like, what's the best way I could put this? Wrestling is like comedy or art. It's very subjective, and opinions are going to differ from person to person, no matter what. I am just not understanding what the deal is with Eddie Kingston. I really don't. I think he's just an okay talker, and I don't think he's that great of a wrestler. But people that are in the AEW cult think this guy is like the second coming of like Mick Foley or something. Like, people talk about this guy like he's a blue collar champion, like he's our guy, he's an everyman, and I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think his style is subpar. His fucking chops are atrocious, and that closing bit with Danielson to win this match was, in my opinion, just embarrassing. Just the heavy-winded slaps he was giving Danielson, and it just was all just, I don't know. I don't get it. That's just what it is. I just don't get it. That's on me, I guess. I can't see through my own whatever to give the guy his props. I mean, if you like the guy, that's cool. That's your guy. Great. Thumbs up to you. I'm sure there's wrestlers that I like. If I said, hey, I think I'm a fan of this guy, and people would shit on me about that. But it is what it is, because wrestling is subjective. And in my opinion, I just don't get Eddie Kingston. I don't get the love. I don't get what everybody sees in him. I just don't. Next match on the card was an all-star scramble match. The winner received a future world championship match. It'll be Wardlow, with the rest of the Undisputed Kingdom in his corner, defeated Chris Jericho, Powerhouse Hobbs, Lance Archer, Hook, and Brian Cage to win this match. And it was already announced for next week that Wardlow will take on the AEW World Champion Samoa Joe, spoiler alert, for the world title on Dynamite. Roderick Strong defeated Orange Cassidy to win the AEW International Championship. And we got to see the return of Kyle O'Reilly, who has been on the show for over a year, recuperating from a serious neck injury and surgery. The Blackpool Combat Club, Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli, defeated FTR by technical submission in a tag team match. I saw the entrance of Moxley and Castagnoli coming out with wannabe Road Warrior shoulder pads. Okay. I didn't get it, but whatever. AEW Women's World Championship match, Timeless Toni Storm defeated Deonna Purrazzo to successfully defend her AEW Women's World title in a one-on-one match, quote-unquote, dream match. Will Ospreay defeated Konosuke Takeshita. I heard it was a good match. I didn't see it. Samoa Joe successfully defended the AEW World Championship in a three-way match, submitting Hangman Adam Page. And Swerve Strickland was also involved in this match. He was not involved in the finish. So it leaves Swerve still strong. And hopefully, if Tony Khan is smart, which he rarely is, he will eventually have the big money match for Swerve and Joe and have Swerve win the championship. Well, finally, the main event was here, guys. After that world title match, the main event, a tornado tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Sting's last match. Sting and Darby Allin, the AEW World Tag Team Champions, successfully defeated and defended their AEW World Tag Team titles against the Young Bucks, Matthew Jackson and Nicholas Jackson. What a crazy match. It was all over the place. I did enjoy it. Let me just start there. I enjoyed it. Was it a proper send-off for the Icon? That's neither here nor there. Because if it was the right way to end it for Sting himself, if Sting felt and was happy with the outcome, then that's all that truly matters. What we as wrestling fans think about this as Sting's last match is completely irrelevant, because the only opinion that matters is what the man himself, who was having his last match after 40 plus years of doing his thing in a squared circle, that's all that really mattered. That crazy spot with Darby Allin jumping off of a ladder from the ring onto nothing but chairs and glass was insane. Definitely unnecessary. The match didn't need that. It was definitely unnecessary. And AEW, once again, proving to be the quote-unquote safest place for wrestlers today, apparently is not the safest place for fans, because apparently some glass actually hurt some fans in the front row because it fucking went everywhere whenever Darby landed, and AEW was very sly and sneaky about putting up a warning in the arena that any like debris or some shit that hit, basically it said, if anything hits you in the face or you get hurt at one of our shows, we are not liable, basically, to cover their own asses. If you don't believe me, you can look it up yourself. But that was 100% legit. Anyway, I digress. It was really nice. They had a really great opening package for Sting, where it showed him in a movie theater watching highlights from yesteryear up into his career into AEW. I thought that was really nice. Very well done. And then Sting's adult sons came out dressed like different versions of him throughout his career. His son Garrett was dressed like Surfer Sting with the blonde flat top, and he was wearing the exact same outfit that Sting wore at the Great American Bash when he won his first WCW World Championship. And then you had his other son, I think his other son is also named Steven, so he's named after Sting, dressed like Wolfpack Sting from the late 90s when Sting joined the NWO Wolfpack, the red and black attack. He had the red face paint, the red singlet, the black jacket. He looked legit. They both looked legit. And then out came Sting. With his awesome entrance music that Tony Khan, I'm sure, paid a whole lot of money for. Metallica's Seek and Destroy, which was awesome, because that was actually Sting's entrance music toward the end of his WCW career before WCW was bought by the WWE. It was just great. You could see on the faces of the fans that they were so appreciative of everything that Sting has done for them over the years, and especially in this short time with AEW. Sting, during his WWE tourney, that small time that he was an active competitor for the WWE in the late 2010s, Sting was injured in a match with Seth Rollins, and we thought that Sting would never wrestle again. Even Sting thought that. But somehow, some way, Sting was able to get cleared, and he was able to go out on his own terms. And I'm sure that's what he really wanted. He didn't want the fact that his career was kind of put on, like he had to retire because of this injury. And then he went into the WWE Hall of Fame, and then that was it. That was the end of it. That was supposed to be the closing of the Book of Sting. But Steve Borden himself had other ideas, and he was able to come back, get cleared, and had a fairly great run in AEW. Not many people can say they go out on top, but Sting was able to do that with a Scorpion Death Drop and a Scorpion Death Lock. Sting put a wrap on his 40-plus career, winning and retaining the AEW World Tag Team titles with Darby Allin, ending the night victorious, which is very rare for wrestlers who retire, because the old school way of thinking is that wrestlers who are retiring always go out on their back, quote unquote. They always go out losing. They always do the honors on the way out. But Sting is such a beloved superstar and such a beloved person. You never hear anyone speaking ill of Sting ever. You never hear any shitty stories about Sting. You never hear any backstage drama with Sting. You never hear anything like that. No drama, no BS with Sting. It's always nothing but good, respectful, just awesome things always said about the icon. And I feel like that was AEW's way of giving back to the man by letting him go out victorious. The AEW World Tag Team titles are now relinquished as of yesterday, and there will be a tournament to hold. They will hold a tournament to crown new AEW World Tag Team champions. And Sting was not present. Sting was not present on Dynamite. He really did finish up this coming Sunday. A lot of people don't take wrestling retirements at face value, because a lot of guys who retire usually come back anyway. But Sting is in his mid-60s, and I think Sting is finally ready to hang up the boots for good. And I just want to say to Steve Borden, I doubt he'll ever hear this, but to Steve Borden, a.k.a. the Icon Sting, thank you for being a part of my wrestling journey as a fan. When I was a kid, I said this on Twitter, X. I said this on X a couple days ago. When I was a kid, I got into wrestling in 1997. I got into wrestling at the height of the popularity of the Monday Night Wars, and definitely at the height of the popularity of WCW and the NWO. I was just enthralled with that week in and week out, and that was my first introduction to Sting. I would see Sting being dropped from the rafters or climbing out of a hole in the ring to just decimate and beat up every single member of the NWO week in and week out. He was a one-man army for WCW. And this at the time, this 10-year-old little old Martine, this 10-year-old me, fell in love with professional wrestling. And I never, ever looked back. I am 37 years old today. And I was 10 when I fell in love with this business. This sport of champions. And a lot of that had to do with the NWO and with a white and black painted Avenger in a long black trench coat with a baseball bat staring at an evil Hulk Hogan. So to Sting, thank you Thank you. I thought AEW did something right this weekend by giving you the proper send-off. We got about 10 minutes left, guys, but I definitely wanted to share my thoughts on Sting. Shout out to Jen B. She showed up in the middle of my little diatribe there, so shout out. How you doing? Oh, God. In the chat room, she put, Martine. Oh, God. That damn Fluffy, man. I swear. Ever since that damn Fluffy came out with that, it's never been the same. As soon as people found out what my name was, that's the one thing they always do. Whatever. That's fine. He's a wrestling fan, so I'll give him a pass. So this past Tuesday was the NXT Roadblock, which is going to be the final special event that takes place before the big WrestleMania weekend show, Stand and Deliver. And a lot of match results would actually focus on Stand and Deliver. So we had a one-on-one match, an Asylum match, which was crazy from what I remember watching. Dijak defeated Joe Gacy by pinfall in the first ever Asylum match. The NXT Tag Team titles were decided. Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin successfully defeated Chase University to retain the NXT Tag Team titles. He is back in NXT, back under the WWE umbrella. He's no longer known as Ty Dillinger. He did not revert back to his old name. He actually got rehired under his AEW name, which is his government name. I am talking about Shawn Spears. Shawn Spears, known as the chairman in AEW, known as the Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger, in his first run with the company. He is back in the WWE, now on the NXT brand, wherein he had his first match back, if you want to call it that. It was a squash match. Shawn Spears defeated Uriah Connors in a 1 minute and 12-second match. The Kabuki Warriors returned to NXT to successfully defend their WWE Women's Tag Team titles against Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley. After the match, Roxanne Perez showed up out of nowhere and just decimated Lyra Valkyria, putting an exclamation point on her heel turn on NXT, definitely setting up what I believe will be the NXT women's title match at Stand and Deliver. It should be announced shortly. It should be Roxanne Perez and Lyra Valkyria in a rematch for that title. Fallon Henley defeated Blair Davenport in a one-on-one match. And then the main event, singles match to determine the number one contender to the NXT Championship at Stand and Deliver. Former NXT two-time tag team champion Tony D'Angelo defeated Carmelo Hayes, and he will face Ilya Dragunov for the NXT Championship at Stand and Deliver. After the match, Tony D'Angelo said he had a surprise for Carmelo, and that surprise was none other than Whoop That Trick! Whoop That Trick! Trick Williams returned to NXT and took out Carmelo Hayes and his little security guards, definitely setting up what will be a huge match at Stand and Deliver. Carmelo Hayes versus Trick Williams. I mean, obviously, it has to be that. And right now, the landscape of WrestleMania is becoming clearer and clearer, and it will become even more clear after I hit Dallas, Texas tomorrow at the American Airlines Center, where I'm sitting with my father watching Friday Night SmackDown. I cannot wait. I am so pumped for SmackDown tomorrow night, guys. You can't even imagine. I'll be going live on the X when I get there, guys. So you guys can just follow me on the X at IE Wrestling Show, so you can see me and my Padre live in the arena tomorrow. You're gonna see the Bloodline, Cody Rhodes, Seth freaking Rollins, The Rock is returning to SmackDown, returning to Dallas. Finally, The Rock. No. The minute you said Rocky sucks, you lost your privilege to sing along with The Rock. Now you sit there, you shut your mouth, and you listen. Finally, The Rock has come back to Dallas. I cannot wait to see what The Rock says to all of us peons in Dallas tomorrow night. Anyway, of course, as I've been saying for weeks, WrestleMania weekend is upon us, guys. We are literally a month away as of today. 30 days. WrestleMania, April 6th and April 7th. From Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And these are the matches that are confirmed for WrestleMania. And they are not, they are specific to nights now. I didn't even know that. They hadn't even said that on TV yet, unless I missed it. Wait, why am I not finding it? I'm sorry. Here we go. Okay. So, currently, right now, the two matches that are set for night 2 of WrestleMania, which will be Sunday, April 7th, will be the 2 men's world title matches. Seth freaking Rollins defends the World Heavyweight Championship against Drew McIntyre at night 2 of WrestleMania. And then, of course, for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns defends the undisputed WWE Universal Championship against the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And the other matches that are still to be determined, they have yet to land on either night 1 or night 2. For the WWE Women's Championship, Io Sky defends the WWE Women's Championship against Bayley. And for the Women's World Championship, Rhea Ripley defends the Women's World title against Big Time, the Man, Becky Lynch. And of course, after this coming Monday Night Raw, after the Gauntlet match, which will, of course, have Ricochet, Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, Big Bronson Reed. Oh, wow. I just had a brain fart. JD McDonough. I think Ivar's in it? Sorry about that. Well, I said it already. If you missed it, that's on you. The winner of the Gauntlet match that's taking place on Monday Night Raw will face Gunther in a one-on-one match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. Guys, I cannot wait. This WrestleMania season has been so entertaining. I'm just ready, and I'm just so pumped and ready for this. I've never been to a live show during WrestleMania season, so I don't even know what to expect tomorrow night. I'm sure it's going to go balls to the wall, so to speak. And with that said, guys, I have to leave y'all adieu. I got to try and get some sleep because I got to go to work tonight before I go to SmackDown tomorrow with my pops. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in live to the show. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone that sits here and listens to my show either live or on the download or on YouTube. Thank you so much. Please hit a like, share, and subscribe if you like what I do. Follow me on the X at IE Wrestling Show. Follow IE Sports Radio at IE Sports Radio if you love what we all do. And please keep showing love to each and every one of our awesome shows on the IE Sports Radio Network. Guys, take care. God bless. And I will see y'all next week where I'm back on my regularly scheduled day, Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll check y'all next week, and I can't wait. I'll give y'all a full live retelling, I guess, of my experience from SmackDown tomorrow night. Take care, everyone. Peace, and God bless.